In this video, I'm going to show how we can use Pianoply to scrape MIDI data out of any of the tens of thousands of piano tutorials that are on YouTube. Here I've copied the URL and I'm going to paste it into Pianoply to open that video. It's Zero by Imagine Dragons. This is from Wreck-It Ralph. We can see what's going on here. It was created using the app Synthesia. Most of the tutorials either use Synthesia or some similar app, and they typically show notes lighting up in color as they're played, and that's what we're going to use here to detect when notes are being played and which notes they are. I'm first going to adjust the MIDI range. That's just telling which notes on the piano keyboard are in view here, and I'm going to draw a line to show where those notes are. And you can see it's lined it up correctly. You can see it's tracking the pixels. It uses the colors on there. That just helps me to make sure it's lined up correctly because I'm used to the colors. In this case, it's running at quarter speed, 25% speed, really slow. Here I'm just blowing through the video in high speed, but typically it takes about 15 minutes to run through a song. Here I'll start it partway through. I'm not going to do the whole thing for the demo. But you can see it's collected the data, and if you listen, it sounds about right. It sounds accurate. You can hear the piano notes from the video superimposed on the sounds that Pianoply is making, and it sounds right. Here I'm exporting it as text, which is basically the MIDI data. And the next thing we have to do is synchronize it with the actual video we want to overlay it on. So I'm going to paste that URL in, and then paste in the MIDI data. And here you can see it, but it's not actually in sync. So I'm going to try and pay attention to what's going on here. I think that note is the word most. I'm going to turn on edit mode here so that I can select notes. I've selected it. You see the white border. And I'm going to wait for the first line of the song. Most is the last word in the first line of the song. And I'm going to hit pin, edit pin, the letter P. I find it hard to say the things I want to say the most. And there it is. So that adjusted all the notes, it shifted them all. And now we have to look at that. And you see, it looks like the piano roll is a little bit slow compared to the original song. So what we have to do, find another note we can pin. This one I think is the word mind. And if I've gotten it right here, let's pin that one. 27 years at the end of my mind. And we've got it. So let's see how this works. We'll turn back on autoplay so we can tell if it sounds right. Sounds pretty good to my ears. Let's wait till it gets to the more complex part. I'm happy with what we've done so far. We probably want to go further into the song and pin another note or two just to make sure it stays accurate throughout the song. There's also other tools such as putting in a splitter to account for when the piano tutorial leaves out non-melodic sections of the song, and we need to work with individual sections of the song individually, but that's good enough for this demo.